What is up, guys? NYKia31 here, Madden 17 Playbook Reviews. We're on the Seattle Seahawks as we're winding down. I played a couple of games with this playbook. Really weird one. I played couple of games where I tried to use everything, and a couple of games where I just played exclusively, exclusively out of the shotgun. And I'll go into why a little bit and what the contrast and those experiences were. But this playbook was interesting in the fact that it's not too shabby formation wise, and it has some useful things. It has some very good things actually, but it's also really strange in the sense that as far it's this playbook is the textbook reason why we need to have custom audibles in Ultimate Team and in Draft Champions. It's got the worst audible set you'll ever see. There's one formation, I think it's one of the Power I sets, where you have your two run audibles is a stretch and a power, which sounds okay until you realize that the stretch and the power are going the exact same direction. Thanks for nothing. You have a gun bunch that has an odd collection of counter. Well, you have when you go to shotgun and pistol, you have your expected mix of zone reads and traditional runs, and you have your play action zones and your play action crossers and your play action bubble screens that are common with the college zone read and pro style playbooks that are in the game. But you'll have some formations like Gun Bunch, which has its runs being a draw, a counter, a sweep, but no zone read and a base. And then you'll have some formations where all you have is a zone read, and you'll have formations where you have a draw as your run audible, where you would really want to have an inside zone or a base or a zone read. Just stuff like that. Pistol sets, complete waste of time. There may be, I don't know, 3 plays out of these pistol sets that are, worth anything. The pistol zone read is terrible. If you get a keep read, it takes forever for your quarterback to get going. You're going to see here, I'm going to get a keep read with Derek Carr. Watch how long it takes for me to accelerate. Look how slow that is. I could have gotten a lot more yards out of that. That should have been about a 5 yard gain. Instead, it was a two yarder. And you also have a bevy of zone reads that have, instead of the receivers blocking, them going out into bubble action, which again would be great if you could constrain people and run a package play off of that, but you can't. This triple option is actually not bad because the path of the fullback when you give him the ball, it matches his play art, so you don't get any surprises. You get a nice little lane there, and you have some flat corners slash corner strike plays out of those pistol sets, and you also have a strong power. But other than that, outside of those 4 plays or so, nothing really there. Bubble screen there. We've seen that a lot. I try not to get too bubbly happy and save it for situations where I kind of need it. But I just love having plays where I can get receivers in space quickly, so it's kind of hard for me to check myself. Their gun bunch is pretty nice. You have this play action post here. It's one of the best plays in the entire game. Kind of rigging it up a little bit. Get some man coverage there, run the infamous C route, and, light them up. Pistol strong slot here again. You see shakes there. Play action flood is okay. So you have maybe 5 plays that you can actually run. I'm going to go to the corner strike. Do I stay in this? Do I audible out of it? What do I do? Yep, I run it. I go to the flash this time. We get a drop a pass. What can you do? That'll happen sometimes. Their trips Y ISO is pretty bad. Y fade useless. Y stutter useless. You have those play action bubbles and pop passes. Those are pretty good. We've seen those before. Empty hawk is okay. Anytime, we'll save an empty formation and make it usable is if you have ways to get the ball really fast and multiple drag routes or quick to the outside. You have a levels play that you can do that with, as well as this shallow cross concept. I catch him just going all over the place with his user defenders. I'm able to hit the dig for touchdown. But if you can do that out of an empty set, you can at least pop it out of there a couple of times a game. Otherwise, it'll be edge heat hell. Gun bunch again. You see wide receiver curl, not very useful. You have the bunch trail. You have to really jerry-rig this play here. This is wide receiver curl in order to make it somewhat sensible. That backside route, the solo side route is useless. I usually put him on a drag or a slant. I changed Randy Moss's route there to a clear out because that curl route just has a knack for always being run into traffic. These receivers, they don't have spatial awareness in their routes as far as settling in and finding space, and that ruins a lot of these concepts like scat and all hitch and some curl concepts as well. They just run their rote, no matter what coverage is being played and where the pocket in the zone to their side may be. Here in bunch still, we're going to pay homage to our Madden champion Skimbo Slice and run the old fade to Moss out of the motion snap. Doesn't quite come down with it, but you can do stuff like that as a gun bunch. The run plays I don't really like. As I said, I don't have an inside zone play or a zone read, which would be consistent with how the playbook is designed and how the Seahawks play. But in that formation, you have an off tackle sweep, a counter, which never gets anywhere, and a base and a draw. The base is decent. It's decent. The draw can be hit or miss sometimes. Now I'm going to be under center here. And I can't remember who was. Someone gave me a suggestion to make Texas great again and change the strong side receiver's route from a curl to a slant. And that works very nicely. The tight end route will clear the user, make him declare. And if he cheats on the slant, you can hit the tight end. Or if he tries to cover both of them, that actually gives time or buys time for the fullback's route to clear out of all that mess. So that was a very good idea. Thanks to whoever did that. I can't remember who it was. This bench play is usually awful. It's one of the worst plays in the game. But out of this formation here, this Y flex, if you can get a cover 3 where that curl flat defender or seam flat defender is occupied long enough to honor that route run in the slot, you can maybe hit the out route there. I squeeze it in there. Otherwise, that play sucks. It's terrible. Got a couple of decent shot plays here. You got a stretch B, don't have a power. The sluggo is useless. The play action scissors is nice. The play action bootleg, you just got to be wary of getting yourself detonated if you don't control your QB's rollout. I should have scored on that one. Bad run stick there by me. Split hawk is pretty nice. This wheel route here with the twin verticals, again, I drag that receiver there. His route is useless. So many useless routes that are not really the fault of the playbooks itself. It's the fault of the game design and player movement. You know, that stag route, it would be useful, again, if receivers were conscious of finding space out of these zone coverages. But they don't. They just run their route the same, no matter whether it's cover 4, cover 3, cover 2, and they just always end up running into defenders. You have a shotgun close set here. These sets were all the rage this year. This is a decent play action pass play. They don't have play action all seams. They do have some useful stuff there. They have your bench, you have your shallow cross, you have your drag corner. But guess what the run audible is? It's a goddamn draw. It's stuff like that that drives me insane on this playbook. Another horrible, pass play audible there. That stick play is useless. And it just leads to a lot of frustration if you come out in a play that's defended off a jump. You don't have anywhere to go, really, a lot of the times. Here I try this play action motion snap pass, which I should know better. I go into max protection, and would you believe that I'll still have a guy come in unblocked? I mean, God, that is just terrible. And again, I hate those auto motion plays. Can't stand them. Doubles wing offset, Y sail, very nice. HB angle, very nice. Texas concepts out of the gun. They work so much better than their under center variety. I'd love to have some Texas plays from under center that involve the back from I formation as opposed to the fullback. I think the back has less obstruction based off of how these games routes are designed. Play action read, another one that I like a lot. Do I stay in this? And again, I either abort the play action or control the quarterback right afterwards. I abort the play action, I have him call on the future rusher, and that's just easy pickings. Trips Hawk. I would love this set if this jet sweep worked and if the play action wasn't a guaranteed sack. I don't like how the receiver kind of goes into motion, stops to create a slip back set, and then the mesh between him and the quarterback on the handoff isn't very smooth, and it takes longer to get going than I would like. The play action is horrible. It's a complete wasted play. And while the rest of the plays in that formation are okay, they're not bad. There's not enough of plays in that formation to account for the fact that you have two or three plays that are broken and you can't run. So in this game here, I played out of the shotgun exclusively. Double smash there. I ran a lot of smash, shallow cross. I ran a lot of screens in inside zone and carved this guy up pretty good. I had more success in general when I was playing just completely out of the shotgun as opposed to going with a mix of under center, pistol, and shotgun. Zone read is a hold your breath affair. I audible the slants there. I didn't like the look there. I thought I was going to get blown up. And again, I catch the guy on an edge rusher and easy pickings. I actually tried quite a few zone reads out of, I guess, a couple of different looks. I want to see if it would work. This fullback lead zone read, you'll see, is a bit of a problem as far as getting it to be useful. Audible to four verts, trips, and audible to a guy, or hot route a guy to a out route. No deep out plays at all in this playbook. None. Zero. Except for the empty levels one and the bench one, or the under center I formation bench. Bunch, play action post. Do we keep this stock? I don't think we do. I'm going to have Howard on a drag. We're just going to kind of hit him as his user backer. He drifts with him to cover deep, and we just hit him for a nice 7-yard gain. You got a mesh play out of this gun bunch. I would like to have... I don't like having mesh without a mesh post. I like to be able to change what that slot receiver is doing between corner and post to keep guys honest. I don't like when it's just one. Zone read, and here I'm just covering the ball. I might have scored there, but I was so afraid of getting hit and fumbling that I go into cover ball mode. And when you do that, when you're in the hole, the ball carrier will go into this protect the ball lean, and it'll slow you down considerably. So I probably cost myself a touchdown there. At least I gained some pretty good yards. Pistol ace. Again, when I see a backed off corner there, I'll look to the out route. I'll audible to a quick out. I don't like what's going on over there. Then I hit the shallow cross. Here's the zone read. Horrible. Horrible. It takes a year and a day to develop, and as a result, it's very hard to get anything out of it unless the sun, moon, and stars align. Trips tight end, bubble screen. Again, I try really hard not to go to the well too much with these, but it's just so hard to do. They're such fun to run. So we're going to go from there. We're going to go into shotgun close, bench, the eternal headache. I have a choice of three wide open guys between the back, the receiver running the corner, and the wide side quick out. It was just take your pick there. I mean, my God, bench is just a circus act to defend because of the fact of how these zones just drift and fall apart. Good reliable corner strike. Low pass the corner. Get it underneath the corner. Completion. Zone read again. It actually works pretty decently. Again, it just takes so long to get going with the quarterback when you get a keep read. Really hard to use the quarterback as a runner. This play action read play I like. Deep comeback, pivot route. And twin crossers, I get over him for the completion there. I'm 12 of 12 passing in the third quarter. That's really lit this guy up really nicely. Trips Y ISO. Don't like any of these plays except for the screen package. This formation just has a bunch of stuff that's well intentioned, but the way the game designed does not work very well at all. Double move routes downfield, they don't really translate very well because of player movement. The way these players on defense can move laterally just as well as they move, front to back, it makes double move routes downfield like stutter goes, sluggos. It makes them useless. Old West Coast stable here at the flanker drive. Hard to screw that play up. And from here, we're just going to power this bad boy in. So it's got some good stuff, but it also has some very stark annoyances. So out of the spread pro style quote unquote hybrids we've run this year, it's definitely the worst one outside of the Panthers. The Panthers just has so many broken plays in it that it's the only reason why it's not in that 22 and beyond category. But it's really a pretty bleh playbook to run. You can do some good things if you go pass heavy out of gun bunch and out of close. But other than that, I mean, there's nothing really special there. So I'm going to put it behind the Dolphins, Jags, Redskins, Raiders, and it'll likely drop from there. Certainly, it'll drop from there. So far, the Bills playbook is the best spread hybrid type playbook that we've had so far, in my opinion, as it stands there at number 12. So the Seahawks go at number 20. And next up is the Steelers. Hope you guys enjoyed. Talk to you all later. Peace.